address the drivers of time to market and customer delight for your customer. I think those things should be your considerations when you're trying to market your product. Any questions, friends? I don't know. I have got to get track of time, but not sure how much time we have. But if you have time, then I'm most happy to take questions. And also a fact that, as Shweta mentioned, I'm going to be around for a while. So in case we are not able to take some questions at this point in time, I'll definitely be happy to meet up with you one-to-one. Not only in Conf, but you can always contact me, even later on as well, in case you wish to discuss anything which I have talked about, or have something to contribute in terms of enriching my knowledge as well.
Yeah, we'll try to take up as many questions as possible now.
How much time do we have?
5 minutes.
I have a question related to pricing. What role product manager plays in pricing a product? Okay. What are the major inputs from a product manager while pricing?
So what are the major inputs that a product manager has to consider while pricing the product?
And any major role which he plays?
Yes. Okay. So I think there are two parts to it. One is it depends on the way the organization is organized. Okay. I have seen product managers where they run the unit like a CEO, and even the pricing authority is with them. And there are some where it is carved out, where the domain knowledge and the implementation and the development is with the product manager, and the pricing is purely driven by the sales team. but I think in the environment where pricing is driven by the product manager, what you need to consider is, as I said, look at total cost of ownership, look at what your competitors are doing, look at your return on investment that you wish to desire. So these are primarily the three considerations that you need to look at when you're pricing. And again, pricing is not so simply saying, okay, this is the license fee, right? So while you have a one-time license fee, you could come up with many creative ways in which you can license your product. So for example, with my previous employer, it was a loan originations product, right? So there were many models for pricing that. One of them which we actually implemented was an account-based pricing. So what it means is that as many applications that we put through the system, you would get a certain dollar value for each application that went through the system. So what signal we were trying to give to the customer is that yes, if you do well and if your business does well and if you are able to push in a lot of business through the system, we will also make more money, right? And we are not looking at only initially beginning. So there are multiple creative ways in which you price, and it's not just a call that you take at one point in time. You can actually go down to each customer and vary your call appropriately. There could be user-based pricing as well, right? And there are many other ways, but that's a completely different topic altogether. So, hope I've answered your question.
I hope I'm loud enough. Sunil, one of the interesting bit when we talk about product is the transition between two products. And I'm talking about the background of an ERP, which typically would sort of accommodate such. Now there's a lot of traction within your internal stakeholders. By that I mean all those involved in, right from the sales team to even your developers. And of course a big challenge which you will have to package it to your end customers. So what's your experience about it in terms of managing the whole scenario here as it goes down very, very smoothly?
Okay. So yes, I can somewhat relate to the situation that you're describing. So as I mentioned, for my previous employer, there was a situation where we had a version of a product which was out in the market, and then we sort of stopped the growth of that version of the product and said, let's create a new one and take it to the market. And obviously, these customers are going to come to know about it. So I think one of the key drivers is, what is this decision? What is the rationale? For you to be able to create that new product. Okay. So essentially, somewhere it translates to a very, very high cost for customers. So in my case, or the example that I am referring to, what happened was, when we created the previous product, and because it was built with a particular customer in mind, when we started implementing it, right, the cost of change, became so high that even the marketing team realized that, hey, this is not working. I mean, customizations are always going to come, and if it's going to be costing so much because the product cannot accommodate that, I think it's best that we, move to a new solution. So that's handling the marketing and sales, the internal part of it. Because we realized that the market was building. When you told the customer that, it's going to cost some 100 days of effort to make a small change, the customers then will agree for that and say, I don't want this product. I mean, and sometimes, even in the requirement stage, the product was called off. So that's, the pressure automatically builds up, internally to move towards another product. Now, when you're dealing with, customers where the product is already implemented and they come to know that, yeah, you have a new version of the product, obviously you have to take those people into confidence and give them an option to migrate, to the newer product. But I think what is important to look at it from a customer's point of view, say, fine, we have a newer product, but is there really a need for you to move to the newer product? So what you need to look at is the kind of enhancements which the customer is asking for, and whether those are already there, and therefore the customer will save on money if they implemented this product. Okay, what is the disruption that is going to be caused by bringing in this new version of the product as compared to the existing one? Okay, what are the kind of changes that the customer is going to need to make, and what is the cost associated to that? Right? And what is the benefit that the customer is going to derive by implementing this? So it's a dialogue which you need to have with the individual customers and present findings from both sides, saying we think this is the cost that you will need to bear, and cost not only in terms of money but some of the changes that they will need to make with this new version of the product, even that you understand because you have implemented the previous version, so you know the differences between what has been implemented there and what is here. So what's coming in new, what are the changes that the customers are going to need to make, you present that to the customer and leave the point to the customer. Hope that answers the question.
So we'll take the last question, please.
Very nice presentation, Sunil. Points well covered. Now, in one of the slides, am I audible?
Yeah, okay, correct.
In one of the slides, product management learning, you talked about that product needs to be adaptable to client's business process. Now, there's one counter thought which says that you have built your product based on a lot of industry research, so it inculcates the best practices that the industry is following. So while customizing your product, you might be compromising on certain best practices that the client can leverage on.
Yes.
So what's your thought on this? You need to balance between how much customization that you need to do your product versus how much best practices can actually be delivered to the client.
Okay, so this is multiple points that you're thinking about, and let me try and address one by one. Let's look at why a customer wants to buy a product vis-a-vis go for a custom solution. Okay, and I think cost obviously is one consideration, but one of the considerations is accumulation of best practices that would come along with the product, as you very rightly said. Okay, so that's one reason why a customer would choose to buy a product, saying, yeah, I mean we understand that we are domain experts, and we are looking to learn from the best practices that are built into the product, and we are adaptable, to align our business processes to some extent, to go along with the product. Okay, it's a matter of timing as well. So, for example, I have worked for a company wherein the product came in at a stage where even the business side was evolving. This is in the area of cash management. Okay, and what happened is, because the product was a little ahead of the curve with respect to the business, the business terminologies which got developed, in the nascent stages of the business cycle actually came from the product. So some of the things which the product spoke about, or some of the terms which are referred in the product, those became business practices, and those sort of got incorporated into the business cycle. Now the other thing with respect to taking a call on whether you build something into the product or it's a customization. Look, I think there are two things here. One is from a customer side, and second is from the product management side. From the product management side, as I mentioned, you need to look at it and take a call and say, yes, is this going to benefit everyone? And is it going to break my framework? Okay, if it breaks my framework and there's a cost attached to that, then obviously you don't want to do that. Okay, and if it's not going to benefit everyone, then you're unnecessarily complicating the product for everyone else. But also from the customer's point of view, what you need to highlight to the customer when the process is very different from what is there in the product is the fact that upgrading the product is going to become that much more difficult if you customize it heavily. Okay, so if you branch out, and we've had customers where they have said, fine, I mean we understand that risk, but this is exactly the way we want it. This is all the customization that we need, and we cannot compromise on that. And we understand the risk that we will not be able to upgrade this product any further. Okay. So if you highlight that risk upfront, yes. If you don't highlight that, and the customer does it, and that problem comes up a little bit later, you are in a tricky situation. So that's something that you need to balance. When you're dealing with customizations which are heavy and perhaps not necessarily fitting into the product framework. Okay, I think given that was the last question, and in the interest of time, thank you so much for your attention, and I have really enjoyed delivering this talk to you. It's been a privilege for me to have addressed you in this opening talk, and as I said, feel free to interact with me in any forum today and hereafter. Thank you so much.
So if you have any more questions, we surely have a delay and we can really answer this. Before we head towards the next talk, we've also circulated feedback forms for you. So if you could fill up the feedback forms, please. So where do we start?